No Film School's NAB 2022 coverage is brought to you by Blackmagic Design and Creative Solutions, which consists of SmallHD, Teradek, and Wooden Camera, and Atomos.
So Colin, we were talking wireless video, transmitting footage to the cloud, but here's a full camera rigged up with Teradek stuff. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is our Teradek RT, which is our lens control system, and our brand new MDR.S, which is the smaller MDR. It's almost less than half the size of the older one, but it's still a 3-channel motor system. So we can daisy chain 3-channel motor, and we still have all of our control, which people have loved, of our wireless camera control system, and we've also lowered the price on everything. So all of our products are actually a lower price. We want to try to get RT into the hands of more and more people. So we just recently lowered the price, so definitely check that out because there's some cool new deals that you can now get. We've also got a SmallHD monitor, and SmallHD has always had camera control for Sony and Red and Arri cameras. Wired camera control. But what we're announcing now is wireless camera control. So you'll plug your SmallHD monitor into your Teradek bolt, and then the bolt is going to send that signal wirelessly to your receiver and a remote monitor. And so now you're going to be able to control the camera. So in this case, I've got a Red camera. I'm going to be able to control that from my remote setup. And I also have my RT single channel handset here, so I can do everything. I can do my overlays of RT, so everything is now mobile and remote from the camera. So that's really an awesome feature that combines all of our products to make them work and give you more features than you would have individually.
Now, I'm just going to step in here and start pulling some focus just because I like pulling focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
There
we go. Yeah, there we go. But even as I am, and this wheel feels great, by the way, even as I'm kind of working on like this piece, I'm looking down the line, I see another bolt there, I see a wooden handle, like.
Yeah, we got tons of stuff, all trying to just support our clients in any way that they need. And what else is new here at NAB 2022 is the Bolt 4K Lt Hdmi. So the Lt Hdmi is an HDMI only bolt, sort of targeted at smaller productions that are only using HDMI, maybe on a DSLR type setup. But what they want is to be part of the Bolt 4K family. And so now they're ready to upgrade and still have interconnectivity with all of our Bolt family as they grow in their career, and still has all the same feature sets as any of our standard bolts, but is only $19.90.
Oh, great. So you have like a kind of step ladder within the Teradek system to get from a DSLR, kind of maybe a compact shooter, all the way up to the big boys that we were looking at before.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
What's the smallest camera that you've seen this mounted on?
This A7S is great. I think that's a nice pairing, so hopefully we'll see that more and more now. And you can see with this A7S is all connected with our wooden camera setup, so I'm happy to let my partner here jump in and talk about wooden camera.
There's like a wrestling intro where you're like, who's that? The Undertaker's music? Matt, you're with wooden camera. What do you guys have happening here at NAB?
So we have this Ultra QR articulating monitor mount. What's great about this is you have this ball mount for a full 360-degree rotation. You just tighten it down with some friction, not going anywhere, kind of the same science as an Ultra arm. It's that you have all this mobility. Also, you can detach the VESA mount. Let me just unscrew it here. And you get an Arca Swiss clamp on the back that slides right onto a SmallHD production monitor. So you have a quick release here, and you have a VESA mount. You can screw right in the back if you want to be extra secure. It can take up to 45 pounds, has a baby pin attachment, and some mounting points here, 3/8 quarter 20. This retails about $250. I highly recommend it for SmallHD or otherwise, any production monitor. You should really have these in your kit. Secondly, I'll show you our latest camera design. This is our Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K Pro. This is a bit of a departure from our normal designs because we're not doing the unified or universal base plates anymore. Now we have very camera-specific base plates for more compatibility. Up here we have this top handle that has a thumb screw for easy access to remove. It also has an Allen at the top if you really want to torque it down, which is what we did here. But you can also, for run and gun, you want to be able to take it off easily. Very easy to do. We have a nice C-shaped cage design here with a nice little cold shoe built right into the side. We have a mark for your sensor plane. And then the Pro kit, the real takeaway is with wooden camera, we have a base, advanced, and a Pro kit. With the Pro kit, you get the micro battery slide Pro. It has 2 D-taps, a digital fuse to reset if you overload your amperage, and a nice sliding functionality to get this down and back there so you can adjust your menus on your Blackmagic. So this is our first major design for Dominic Aiello. He's new at Wooden Camera. And it's really great. I think it's very slick, and it's a great future for Wooden Camera right here.
Like, to me, Wooden Camera is the people who figured out not only that we need support, we need this to be rugged, we need this to have, support the weight of all those things that we're doing, but we need this to feel good in our hands. We need to feel like we want to use these devices. Even when you were using that ball clamp, you could see how the usability thought on both sides, the stand and the clamping ability. When you talk about your new integrations with camera manufacturers, where does that start? What's the process of beginning to design products like these?
Well, a lot of our staff are former ACs and cinematographers. I mean, Greg Smokler, one of our product managers, he's been around this stuff working on set forever, and having people with set experience being involved in the engineering of wooden camera products is super valuable, I would say. And then secondly, we try to think of a solution to every problem, right? So when I'm selling wooden camera, I ask, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to sling it down? You want it on shoulder? You want your camera on sticks? We try to think of every possible outcome, and that's why we have so many products. I think we have over 1,000 SKUs, like product numbers. So, it really is just like playing with Legos. You can build any rig to satisfy or solve any problem anyone has on set.
Yeah, I've seen many problems solved on set with wooden camera grips, and because it's so flexible, such a flexible system, and the integrations now with Red and with all these, Blackmagic, the pure, this is my camera cage.
Yeah.
This isn't a camera cage that I just, jerry-rigged to be this way. What creative people, what have they said to you when they come back after the first time using some of these things?
Well, what they really like is that wooden camera has a really cool sense of style, right? Like our founder, Ryan Shorman, when he was with Wooden Camera, he used to be a skateboarder, right? So we had this whole aesthetic where we create these unique products sometimes, like we had the VX skateboard mic. We have this director's viewfinder handle. We come up with very specific products for specific needs. So a lot of people come back feeling that whenever we find a really niche product to make, that it's really tailored to what they want to do, right? So they feel like they'll never be without a solution with wooden cameras. So going back from Ryan Sharma with the skateboarding and the sense of style of that, all the way to Dominic, who's our new guy, they're always thinking of different ways to personalize your experience to make it just for you.
I've been asking this question to everybody. We don't even have to use this question. It's just
Sure.
What's exciting to me about being at NAB is you have all these companies, you have all these creative people who've been working in their labs, and they come back together and you see everything. It's unveiled. And that always sparks the question to me, what's next? What's the next frontier creatively for what you're doing and creatively for the industry? What are you seeing as you kind of look around the suite of products, and how tightly integrated they are, and what are the opportunities that exist?
I think what's great is, in the cinema market, we've always catered to the professional, the high-end user, the Sony Venice, the Red Raptors. What's great is also, and this really started with the 5D, is the end user operator market, right? I'm glad to see, I feel like everyone's a photographer, everyone's a filmmaker. I feel like even down to the lowest level, we're creating solutions for people just getting into film school, just trying to figure out creatively what they want to do. I love that we make everything down to an A7S. Very simple DSLR, but if you want to be a filmmaker, we can make that possible. And I love seeing a new generation of filmmakers come up and being able to support that.
I mean, what I like about this tie-up of these three brands under the Creative Solutions umbrella is that it's the expansion of creativity from the very high end, the Teradeks, the big productions, all the way down. We got an A7S body with a wooden camera handle, with a Teradek bolt, mini. We got the whole thing happening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we can make it happen.